Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Good, Bad, and Ugly of Business. I am your host, Catryn Becker. In this podcast, we talk to all different kinds of business owners and entrepreneurs who do all sorts of great different things, and we focus in on something that is unique and individual to them so that we can all learn and grow. Today, I am joined by the amazing Lila Taylor, who is the laundry fairy serving serving Montgomery County and North Harris County in the Houston area. Welcome to the show.
Hi, happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
We are so glad to have you here because I think it's really, really interesting what you do and how you do it and how you have grown your business. It's been amazing to watch you through social media and the various networking groups, which is how we came connected to each other. So I'd love for you to give us a little bit of background on what it is you do and how you got to this point.
Well, we are a laundry pickup and delivery service where we come to your house, pick up your laundry, wash, dry, fold, hang, and then we bring it back same day, next day, your way. How I initially got started in the whole thing is my husband used to travel for work a lot. Like he was gone 300 days out of the year.
Oh my
And
goodness.
we're a homeschool family. So we just bought a camper and then we just traveled with him wherever he went. So, with all that being said, some parts of our life, it was like a movie and it was fantastic and wonderful. And there are parts that were not in the movies. Things like we had 4 kids. So, with 6 people, that becomes a lot of laundry. And I can remember so many days like he worked the night shift and sometimes there wasn't a car available, or if he was the foreman of the job and he had to be gone all the time, I didn't have a car because like we just got there in one car and I don't know anybody because we traveled all the time. So I just remember like just wishing there was a service that would come to me and pick up this laundry, wash, dry, fold, hang, and then bring it back. Like that's got to be a thing somewhere, and sometimes it was, but they weren't able to like cater to the needs that we have. My family has sensitive skin, and a couple of my kids have eczema and things like that. So even if I did find a laundry service, I wasn't able to find someone that would cater to our allergen needs. So when my husband got his recent promotion, when he worked for the company, he works for Laundry Fairy now. That's not the point. He was able to make roots, and we didn't have to live that gypsy life anymore. So when he made those roots, we were able to never move again. I decided that I was just gonna, um, start doing people's laundry for a couple of reasons. Like we hadn't bought a house in like 10 years. So I figured I would, kind of bring in some money, help pay those bills. But we were also like still a homeschool family, and my kids were too old for me to take them to go clean houses and stuff. So I was like, well, to have all the best of both worlds, I could go pick up someone's laundry in the morning, bring it back, homeschool the kids, do the laundry, take it back in the afternoon, and I could like make a whole life out of that. I could really create a structured life around that. And then we just laughed. Anyways, it's like a structured life, never knew her. But
with 4 kids, right?
right. So then it just kind of grew from there and I started getting clients, and I kind of like touched base with my husband, like, when should I stop taking on clients? And his words were, we should never put God in a box. Just keep taking on
Mm.
clients and see what happens. And I'm like, all right, sounds good. Because if the Lord is going to bless you to it, then he's going to lead you through it.
Oh, I
So
love that.
thank you.
I
So
love that. And it's so true. And I also have a similar life philosophy. But what I think is so great about what you offered and what you've done is, it's not like you ever started out like laundry. That's going to be where I stake my claim.
right.
I mean, so many people fall in love with their idea and then figure out the business part second. So it's you really identified the need early on and then, worked hard to make it work.
Yes. I what I'm finding, especially this year, there's a lot of people that want to start a business, but what happens if I fail? I have to say the success of the Laundry Fairy really falls on the back. the success of the laundry fairy is because of the failure of other companies that we've had. Like,
Mm.
I don't want anybody out there ever thinking that like I had my first business and I made it and this is why we're so successful and it's great. No way, Jose. Before I had the laundry fairy, we've had a car dealership, we've had a mechanic shop, we had an online car dealership. I was way ahead of my time with that one. Um, I'm not saying Carvana stole my idea, but I mean, no, just kidding.
I mean,
But maybe I inspired. But anyways, but no, like just just start your business, do it anyways. If you think that business owners are out here and they just got to figure it out, honey, no, we don't. We just take it a day at a time. And then I feel like that's also where that success comes from, is just never really quitting. You might not be the greatest every single day, but every single day you did the greatest that you could. And that is enough.
oh gosh, yes. It's so good. And it's something that I talk about with my clients a lot too. I use the example of baking a cake.
Yes.
If you come in at any point of that process, it looks like a failure.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
I mean, there's flour everywhere, there's sugar, you've cracked eggs. That part, it looks like an utter mess. It's all these pieces that don't go together. It makes no sense. It's inedible. Then you mix the batter, and that's not a cake. It's just this gooey mess that's just sitting in the bowl. Oh my gosh, you're a failure. You stick it in the oven, and if you take it out too soon, it looks like a failure. So I
Yeah,
so believe in like the timing of everything and how God's timing, from my perspective and my beliefs of how things need to work and to fill out. So it's so what you said about that persistence and keep moving forward, because it doesn't look like success until it does.
exactly. Oh my God. God's timing is everything, because not only is God's timing the best thing for everyone around you, it's the best thing for you. If God had given me all this success and responsibility in the beginning, I would have drowned. Like,
Mm,
because my kids were just an age where I could only handle so much and deal with so much. My kids are way older now. My youngest is 10. I've been at this for, we're in our fourth year, fifth year now. So we just celebrated our 4 year anniversary. We're in our fifth year. But like, I'm thankful for everything that we've been through. But if I had gone through all that stuff in the beginning, I just would have drowned. And
absolutely.
I wouldn't be where I am today by any means.
Well, and it's also like the saying of, the overnight success, and I'm using air quotes of
Okay.
you, right?
Oh my goodness. I
But
know.
I mean,
So
it's like,
yes.
yeah, it's years and
And
years and
people are
years
like,
of hard
"Oh,
work
I
to be the
wish I
overnight
was."
success.
Yes, and people are like, "Oh, I wish I was as lucky as you." Honey, and this if 5 years is what luck looks like, when it doesn't exist. The great Stan Lee said that luck was the one superhero that he could never really invent because it's something that doesn't exist.
Mm, yeah, it's hard work in the right time. That's the recipe for luck.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think it's an amazing service that you provide because, I'm a mother. I've got two small children. They're not as small as they used to be. They do grow up. I still say small children, but they're 8 and 10 now. But it's one of those things where it's like, how do these small people create so much laundry?
Yep.
And the name that you picked is beautiful because everyone sits there and goes, "Oh my God, I just wish I had a laundry fairy to come and magically make this pile of clothes go away."
Oh, thank you. When we very first started, it actually wasn't even the name. I like to say the Laundry Fairy was the name that was given to us because in the beginning I was Conroe Laundry Service, like my original DBA I got for like $10 down at the Conroe courthouse. I was just Conroe Laundry Service because I just wanted to be easy to find in my area, doing my thing. I was just thinking like simple, basic SEO. I
Right.
just want to be found. But then everybody kept calling me the laundry fairy. And then people didn't even associate me with Conroe Laundry Service. And I was like, well, let's part of leveling up. I just kind of reached 2020 and was like, I'm going to level up. Like, 2020 is going to be my year. So when we got our LLC, I took that name. So.
Well, I think it's really, really great. I'd love to hear more. I've seen you on social media and it looks like you're really growing and scaling this. So I'd love to hear more about that journey, because I think that's a place where a lot of solopreneurs get stuck. There's some mindset pieces that need to happen in order to have the belief to take that next level. So what did that look like for you?
Scaling growth. There's so many books out there about how to scale growth, but don't, I guess it's hard to say don't take advice from somebody who's not in your niche, but also those people have good advice. I don't know how to explain it. I guess two things happen when I decided when you're in the midst of scaling growth, two things. Surround yourself with people who are on the same journey as you are. For instance, I want to grow this to, my big long-term goal is to franchise and have washateries all over America. I'm not going to continuously align myself with someone that just wants to, work once a week and it's a side hustle. Those people are great. But if I'm trying to scale an empire, I need to surround myself with other people who are scaling an empire.
Yeah.
And that keeps you in a good mindset because they're fighting the good fight that you are, and they're able to encourage you in the way that you need in that stage of life. And then that second thing would be to surround yourself with people who are smarter than you. Like, get that pride and humility just out of the way. Never knew her. Get over yourself and ask for a help. It's okay. Like, I meet so many entrepreneurs that are not, that are not humble enough and too prideful to just ask for help. Well, they're going to think I'm stupid. No one thinks you're stupid. Why would we? So, just even so far as to hire yourself people who are way more experienced than you and bring those people onto your team so you can be in each other's everyday lives. If you need to even hire a mentor, if you can't find one, hire one. If you need a business coach, hire one. So that would be my two big pieces of advice when scaling growth is
Well,
find some professionals in your niche. Oh, go ahead.
No, continue.
Find some professionals in your niche who have more experience than you. Surround yourself with those people, hire those people if you need to, because they have all the wisdom to teach you and give you, and they want that success for you. And then that second thing would be surround yourself with people who are on the same journey as you are.
What I was going to say is, I think it's something that I've been thinking about a lot, actually. And it goes back to our education system, because it's exactly what you said of that, people are afraid to fail. And I think it's how our education system, and especially, in public schools, and of course your children don't have to suffer that as being a homeschool family, but the idea that your whole worth is based on how well you did on a test creates this incredible fear of failure that is just so prevalent that people don't even realize that that's what it is. That, somehow if we don't know the answer to something, that's tied to our self-worth.
Yes, exactly. I feel like, and we are not anti-public school. If the Lord led me to it, I would absolutely put my kids in public school, but this is the journey that we're on. But also, you're 100% right. When we take what's the latest testing thing that's
The
out there?
STAR
It's
in
the
Texas.
STAR test. If you take that STAR test and you fail that STAR test, you are reprimanded as if you are taking down the entire education system within that school. How dare you?
Yeah.
When the STAR test is based upon your knowledge and what you've learned, and then that's great. They teach you how to pass this test, and that's great. But there's life beyond this test. And just because you failed this test, the whole school is going to crumble. Your teacher's not going to get her bonus. Then you're going to risk the teacher your job and all these things. There's so much pressure on this one little test that doesn't even matter. Because I tell you what, since I graduated high school, my senior year, they did that like intro to the STAR test. And no one has ever spoken to me about it a single word since.
You mean all your customers and clients don't go, I'd
They
love to
they've
hire you, but
never
how did you do
asked.
on the star? Could you imagine?
Exactly. Oh, goodness.
But it's so true because my youngest is in third grade now, and that's when the star test starts. And I've noticed this behavior in her where when we're working on homework and if she doesn't know something, she starts having a ton of anxiety about it and really getting flustered. And this is a new behavior that we haven't seen. And I was speaking to her teacher about it, and she was saying that she's seeing it a lot. And I think it's because these kids, my daughter started in preschool at this elementary school. So she had preschool, kindergarten, first grade, and second grade. She had 4 years of listening to the school being like, "Oh, it's star testing week. Everyone must be completely quiet because these kids need to focus because the star test is the most important thing that they will ever do in their life." And so now
Yes.
she has all this anxiety and she hasn't even taken the star test yet.
Yeah. No, it's so much pressure. And, for a child to think that this one little test, like, what else did you learn in second grade? Did you make any friends? Because, let's just like networking is all just our friends hanging out with each other, seeing how we can grow each other, make each other amazing badass queens. And but all
Yes,
that
queen.
starts but all that starts in elementary school. Like, what you should be doing in second grade, learning how to make friendships and connections and how to be a good conversationalist. And you know what else we should be learning in second grade? How to properly write a sentence. And all those things are so much more valuable than that one thing that we did, in a week in April. There's so
Right.
much more to second grade than what we did for 1 week in April.
You're absolutely right. And I think a huge part of networking, people get so caught up in being interesting
Yes.
instead of being interested in what the
Yes.
other person is saying. I mean, you and I met through networking. We've both met lots of great people through networking. And I'm sure you've had the experience where you meet someone and like they immediately start pitching you on something. And it's like, whoa, homie, we don't know each other like that. Like, take a step back. So, how has networking been for you, and how important has that been to the growth of your business?
Oh man, I saw this Facebook meme, and it is the truest thing on the internet. Networking will get you places that a college degree never could, and it's the truest thing on the internet because of the connections that I've made networking. If I, how do I say this? Networking can make your dreams come true, but like,
Bibbity
but
bobbity boo.
relationships help you make those dreams come true. And I'm trying to think of one now, and I cannot, of course. But we I did the laundry for the Renaissance Festival, one of the greatest blessings to ever come to my company. But I got that connection through networking because of a friend of a friend of a friend, because they knew who I was as a person, they knew my company, our core culture as a company, and things like that, and they knew our processes and things like that, so we were able to get that account. And it's just been things like that. That's how we mostly get our commercial accounts, because most uh people who own a business don't want to trust something that's extremely valuable to their business to a stranger or to somebody they just googled. They want
Absolutely.
to be able to have a relationship. Like, for instance, a massage therapist is not going to just give their sheets to a complete stranger, because those are the backbone to their company. They want to be able to form a relationship with somebody, have that trust, and be like, okay, I know you're going to do the right thing. Here's my sheets,
And go from there.
and go from there. Yeah.
Absolutely. What advice would you give for someone who is, maybe in a similar position that you were, doing the mom life thing, but thinking, hey, I kind of want to get back out there. What can I do? Like knowing what you know now, what do you wish you knew then?
Um, hmm, what do I know now that I wish I knew then? That I know it's going to sound bad, but like, I'm not special, in the sense of I am not the only, mompreneur. I'm not the only one who has mom. and homeschools her kids and does all these things. And I'm able to find communities out there. There's a mom networking group where you can, Jojo Trumley, find her on Facebook. She's a Princess Queen, but she started a networking group for moms to bring their kids because she is a mom who has a small child, and she was looking for a network of where she bring her child, because I didn't have a place where I could take them so that I could go, hop spotting all day long to these networking meetings. Your community is out there. You just have to find it, and don't give up, because you are worth the journey. So
Mm.
just find your community. I pinky promise they're out there. If you're looking for a place to network, this is a cringy little plug, but I something else that I was sitting there one Sunday and I'm filling out my calendar for the week of all the networking groups that I'm going to do and all the meetings that I'm going to have, and I couldn't find, like, I was sitting there and I'm like, I know I'm missing something. I know I'm missing something somewhere. What am I doing wrong? There's something missing somewhere. And then my husband said something like, man, I wish all this stuff was just in one place. I am going to make that place. So if you are looking for a network, you can join my Facebook group, Sunday Night Networking News Community. And all the local community builders are in there. And they post about their networking groups. Can you bring your kids? Can you not bring your kids? Is it day? Is it night? Is it Zoom? Is it lunch? Is it breakfast? Is it coffee? What are we doing? They're all there. It's like a network marketplace. And then every Sunday, I drop whatever you call it, a video from my YouTube channel of Sunday night networking news for all the events that are coming up that week. And I try to put in the important details of, is there food? Is there not food? Are there tacos? Are there no tacos? The most important details of all. Things like that.
Are there tacos? Yes. I'm there if there are tacos.
That's it. There's tacos. I have been summoned. That's it.
Well, I love that. I mean, what a great concept, because you're exactly right that there's all different places. You got to go to different groups. So well done in putting it all in one thing. I mean, obviously that is your calling, is to see what the need is and to fill it, even if it seems so obvious once it's done. I mean, it's obviously a gift for you. And so I'm so excited to like continue to watch you grow and see what
Oh,
new things that you're going to come up with, because you obviously have quite a knack for it. And I'm sure the next thing will be just as amazing.
oh, thank you.
Absolutely. Are there any other things that you would like to share with us that you haven't so far?
Um, not that I could think of off the top of my head. I guess one thing about the Laundry Fairy would be that we offer memberships. So for us, our memberships are free. We're like the Netflix of laundry service. You sign up for free, and then you just get laundry service on a continuous basis, and it renews every 30 days. You can come weekly or biweekly. You get laundry at a discounted rate.
That sounds incredible. I know every household could use this. Thank you so, so much for being here with us. I really appreciate it. I will put all of your contact information in the notes for this so that everyone can get in touch with you, including your YouTube channel and your Facebook group and any other wonderful things that you have to share. So thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much.
For all of the listeners, thank you so much for staying with us. Please make sure that you like and subscribe to this episode and to this podcast so you can hear from more amazing business owners. Until next time.